Islam boys always saying, excuse the hair, by the way. My heart is very sweaty because I took it to the gym. But anyways, today's video is about Qadr. Now, if you don't know what Qadr means, it means predestination. Basically, everything happens for a reason. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna title this video. So, you know what I was doing in it? I was listening to a Mufti Menk lecture, and he was talking about he was narrating a story, and he said once he was going like to a flight, and his like he missed his flight or something like that, or I got delayed or something, and the flight person who was at the airport told him because of his reaction, which was kind of just mellow, just yeah, okay, fine. She told him, "Oh, I'm very surprised by your reaction because usually people they get angry and stuff like that." But he said that why would I get angry? Because, I mean, it was gonna happen anyway. Also, maybe I would have gotten on that flight and it would have crashed or something like that. So maybe I'm lucky. Now, I think this is a very, very healthy way, like healthy mindset to have. Now, the link I want to make here is to Stoicism. This is kind of like the Islamic version of Stoicism, but Islam came first, so I guess Stoicism is the kafir version of Islam. I don't know how to phrase it. But yeah, Stoicism is basically just saying being emotionally resistant, kind of. The basic premise is that the only thing you control is how you think, and everything else, even your body, you can't control. Like sometimes you can get ill, or maybe someone might stab you or something like that. You can't control that. So the way Qadr is special because even your thoughts are kind of pre-planned. Everything that's going to happen in your life, or did happen, or is happening right now, is already written down before you were even born. That's what Qadr is. You know that quote in it is that everything happens for a reason. I think that's just a hard fact, to be honest. Like, if you think about it, it's kind of like the healthier way to think about things. Because say, I don't know, you get rejected or something like that, innit? And it's like, and you get pissed, like, for no reason. Because you could have just thought to yourself, oh, it was going to happen anyway, alright, fine. Just not interested, whatever. But this is a very, very healthy way of thinking about things, to be honest. Another link, which I kind of already talked about, was anger. Now, obviously, anger is very kind of, spited or looked down upon in Islam, because obviously the Prophet peace upon him narrated, "Don't get angry, don't get angry, don't get angry." But unfortunately, a lot of people still do. So that's a problem that we have. But obviously, this helps with the kind of anger, management. Because if you have the mindset of, oh, this was going to happen anyway, or there's nothing I can do about this, then you're not going to get angry about it. What's the point of getting emotional about something you can't control? Now, the next link I want to talk about is hope. I already made a kind of like a short video about this, but I want to expand further through it. So, there was a podcast I was listening to, and the podcast person was talking about how if you were given everything you wanted ever, and that life where you got everything you wanted, like you did everything perfectly, you got the perfect wife or something like that, and the Qadr or the what God planned for you was laid out side by side, you would have picked what God planned for you. Now, that was that was very profound to me, because usually we think, oh yeah, let me just get this or get that, and then I'll be happy. But honestly, it's like waves, isn't it? It goes up and down. You can't be grateful for the highs if you haven't been in the low, because the highs will just be like the baseline. It's kind of like how dopamine works, but I'm not going to get into that right now. All right, let me give an example of like a calamity that befalls you, something like that. Probably the worst one that can probably happen is your a family member passing away. And I think there was a narration of the Prophet, peace be upon him, that one of the people that were very close to him passed away, and he started crying, and another person comes up to him and he's like, "Prophet, why are you crying?" Because obviously, I mean, the Prophet would believe in Qadr, obviously, and that kind of hit me, because the best role model and the personification of Islam is being human. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, what we can learn from this, innit, is that it's okay to be emotional sometimes, right? Obviously, when a big calamity befalls you, you're obviously going to be emotional. I mean, if you were emotional, there'll be kind of be something wrong with you, but get into that some other time. But with these small things that just pile up, like, I don't know, you drop a pen or you go and someone calls you a name or something like that. These small things, you shouldn't worry about them, because ultimately these things are all these calamities, they build character. Like every successful person, every like person you would kind of look up to has a story behind them, has hardships, has perils. Uh, the exact quote from a guy named he's a professor. His name is Swinburne, and he says, "A world without I think his quote is, a world without problems, difficulties, perils, and hardships would be morally static." Now, what this means is basically without the downs, there would be no ups. Without 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 the depression, you wouldn't appreciate not having depression. You get me? Uh, that's all I wanted to talk about, honestly. So yeah, anytime something happens to you, qadar Allah, man. You know what I'm saying? I love this.